Look at all of this food. Good morning, welcome back to my garden. It is a hot and sunny day out, but it is Sunday here today, and that is our meal prepping day. And I want to get some produce out of the garden and into the kitchen so we can use it for this week's meals. I know we have a ton of peppers. We've got spicy peppers, sweet peppers, onions, a lot of herbs we need to get drying so that they are good to use midweek, because they go overnight and sometimes I'm a little bit lazy and slow to actually dry them up and get them where they need to be. So we're gonna pull what we can out of the garden today, show you what I'm pulling out just this week, and see what we can do with it today. Some of my flowers took forever to really get started, but I will say past couple weeks we have had some really beautiful blooms, all different colors. My variegated nasturtium is looking so cute. The blooms are yellow. Just a lot of blooms have come back, especially after that heat wave that like kind of wrecked my garden. It was looking rough for a second, but everything's now kind of starting to bounce back. Just very colorful in the garden now. This tomato wall right behind me is all of my slicer tomatoes, the really large ones. I've had so many red ones. I got my largest tomato I've ever grown in my life. It was over a pound. It was, I believe, an Abe Lincoln slicer tomato. And then I have a number of other ones, a couple Romas I've still been waiting for to change shape and color. But for right now, not too much over there. But where there are always so many to pick. I have some little cherry tomatoes back here. This is the champagne, I think it's called Champagne Bubbles. This is kind of my go-to favorite little cherry tomato. I like that they're yellow, they're a little bit sweeter, so good for just garden snacking. And then last year I had, I'm gonna bring you up. I had some extra tomatoes and I didn't know what to do with it, so I actually dried them in my dehydrator and ground them up and had a like a bright red tomato powder to kind of throw into things. I ended up loving it for things like avocado toast or something, where just a little something on top gives it kind of a deeper flavor. Really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna do that with these, even though these are more like on the sweeter side compared to like a deeper, like a purple or a red tomato, which I'm not growing any like really deep smoky flavored tomatoes. But that's what I'm still gonna do with these because I'm kind of overloaded with these. I'm getting like a basket full almost every other day. And then the tomatoes that I'm getting on the other side, the slicers, they're more like this. I just found one that was actually colored. Some are kind of on the larger side. This one's more on like the average side of what I'm getting this year. It's definitely not our best tomato year this year, but we're getting a lot, for like a fair amount. And that's how many tomatoes I got today. All of them were cherries, except for the one that I showed earlier. And then I got a little bit closer and on my Roma tomatoes, and a couple of them are starting to blush, which just means they're in the process of turning green to red, excuse me, which means you can pick them and they can turn fully red on your counter and hold about the same amount of flavor. Birds don't really go for my tomatoes, they go for my blueberries, which I've gotten like almost none of this year. I'm gonna leave those on there. I don't anticipate them getting like pecked out or eaten by anything, so no worries there. Let's head over to the pepper bed and start there though. All right, we're gonna start with the sweet peppers. I did see one when I was out here this morning that is right here. It's off. And it's a perfect pepper, except it has a little bit of rot. Now, I was looking at this trying to determine, is it blossom end rot or from the sun? I'm not entirely sure. Peppers can get sun scald, but these have been largely covered with some shade fabric, so I'm not sure what that is, what the cause of that is. It's not a big deal. I honestly will just cut that away and use it anyways. And then I saw some really cool shapes and colors of peppers. Let me pick them and then I'll walk you through what I'm seeing. All right, peppers, sweet peppers at least, are picked. First, shout out to my background wall of vining flowering plants. Some of them are starting to finally flower, but they're small pink flowers, and it's slightly shaded so it's hard to see, but gosh, I love how that vision came out to be. So sweet peppers. This is normally not how many I pick just for like a week of food. This is probably more, but we had tons on the plants. I wanted to get some of them off because I did see 2 or 3 that had a little bit of a, I'm guessing, blossom end rot issues, and then tons that were just like too good to not pick because they were just huge. So I've got some longer ones like these ones. This is about, I don't know which varieties are which. I know the general rows, like the types, based on where they are in the bed, but not their names. But that's okay. I did figure out in my last video or 2 videos ago, loud car passing, I said these tiny squatty ones that have super thick skin. So they're small, but they're so thick. This is like perfect for slicing to like thirds or even halves for kebabs or something that like you really need a thicker bell pepper to withhold like smoke and flavor and fire. I just thought these were the best. These are some of the best tasting bell peppers I've ever grown. This, I believe, looking at my seed packets, because this is the one that I really wanted to regrow again next year, is called Keystone bell pepper. And then my goat, greatest of all time pepper that I will always grow, I still think this is my favorite. Although this one, which I think is the French named one I can never pronounce, those do well. This one I believe is the King of the North one. This is fine. There's just nothing special about it, and it's an average size bell pepper. This is what I expect usually out of like a California Wonder packet. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. But so far this year, because I'm experimenting with a bunch of mostly giant types of bell peppers because I wanted to get a comparison to this one, which is my favorite. This is the Yellow Monster bell pepper from Rare Seeds, Baker Creek Rare Seeds. It turns a beautiful yellow, which, I mean, just stunning anyways, but green, they taste fantastic. They are always large in size. So just for comparison, like I'll take this. This is a meal's worth. So my favorite 3, like that I think I'm gonna stick to next year to retry again, is Keystone. Even though they're much smaller, they taste the best, and they're really thick walled, and they produce quite a lot. Like there's a lot of them on each plant. The Yellow Monster and then the French one I can never pronounce. These ones produce long, kind of thinner in comparison bell peppers. They taste fantastic. I like the long strips of them because they're nice for like how I like to cut up bell peppers, so I can either slice them and they don't produce giant slices, or I can make nice long strips. So just from a size comparison, I like that. If you cut a bell pepper, oh, this is the one with the rot. So just, this is some of the issues that I was pulling off my plants. My guess is this one's an actual full hole that bugs have gotten into it, so I might not eat this one, but I'm gonna bring it in and double check anyways. I don't mind when bugs are in my food. I have an organic garden where I don't use pesticides. If a bug has gotten in my food, I'd rather eat food that bugs want to eat. That seems more natural to me. I'm sharing my environment with my bug friends, so that's not like the biggest ick for me, but again, I'm gonna double check and make sure it's still nice on the inside. But I mean, from the standpoint of like cutting slices, if you wanted circles, this one's really large and this one's just a nice size. So that's kind of my top 3. I think I'm gonna stick to next year. I'll just do double or triple the amount of seeds. I did 3 plants or 4 plants of each type that I had. I have to figure out which name so I can tell you. We're like, okay, fine producers, no problem with this. But I definitely have my favorites, and some of them are definitely kind of warped. This, you would think like a cattle panel or something got stuck in here, but it's just a goofy shape. So yeah, beautiful basket. My husband is going to use some of this for his meal prep. He always uses a couple peppers for a stir fry that he preps his weekly meals in, and then I will definitely use some of that for just snacking on, dipping in like ranch or salad dressing or something. That's how I eat my vegetables. So we're gonna do that, and then probably a salad or 2. I do have kale over there. It's the middle of summer. Kale, lettuce is impossible. All my lettuce has bolted. Kale is iffy because it's just too warm. It gets a little bit of bitter. I'm still gonna go pick that kale, see if it tastes good. If not, I'm probably gonna stick it in a mango smoothie. So at least I'm still getting kale in my diet. But just not relying on the taste of something that's delicious. All right, so we still have that. We have some herbs I still want to pick, and then some spicy peppers, and then I think we'll call it a day and bring everything inside. All right, it's a little bit breezier on this side of my garden. It's a little less protected from some cattle panels, things like that. Here we are at my spicy peppers this year. I'm only doing 3, so I have Bueno Mulato peppers that look like this, beautiful purple. We've got some jalapenos in the center that look like this, and beautiful, extremely prolific cayenne peppers. Look how beautiful that is. Get out of here. I love spicy peppers. Spicy peppers, especially colorful ones, just really inspire me every year. And they make the most beautiful, vibrant powders. Like my jalapeno powder is bright green. My Bueno Mulato kind of turns to a gray, but it's like still beautiful. Especially when picked in baskets if I don't dehydrate them. And then jalapeno, and these cayennes are just neon red, like just the brightest fire truck red. And oh my gosh, I don't know if you can actually tell in the plant, but massive amounts of peppers all over. They're still mostly green, but I have picked multiple, oh, you're low. multiple baskets of spicy peppers this season alone. Constantly in my dehydrator. They're constantly going. It smells lightly spicy in my house at all times, but it is honestly really incredible. I love the smell. It's not like eye burning smells. We're not doing like insanely hot peppers. I've done ghost peppers before with a toddler in my garden who is very extremely respectful of what I'm growing. He knows spicy means ouch. So he always asks the question, I bite? And that means he wants to eat something that we're picking. So while he's very respectful, it's absolutely, in my experience, asking for trouble to grow something so hot. Last year was my last year growing some super hot peppers. And I'm happy with what I'm growing. I love these. I mean, it makes for good eating and good gift giving and everything else. I cannot believe how many are on this plant. I've never had such a good cayenne pepper year. I've known them to be prolific, and I've seen videos of people really like gathering a lot and having a lot. I'm like, how do they do it? I don't really know the answer either. This is brand new soil, so it's not like a specific soil makeup or something I did different. I can't even tell you how I did it, but I'm thrilled about it, honestly. All right, let's get a couple more peppers, and then I'll show you what I got. I was just entered into a flow state of getting food out of my garden. I saw a hummingbird. I got distracted by picking zinnias and looking at zinnias. I started smelling all the sage that I'm growing in my garden. I was just like vibing. This feeling of being able to grow your own food, stare at like these beautiful colored foods with everything smelling so incredible, like it's just good for the brain. I'm so happy that I get in the space that I have available in these beautiful raised garden beds, just the ability to grow so many cool things. And I can't get most of this or chunks of this from the grocery store. I just get to have beautifully colored food that tastes so good, that feeds my whole family. I'm so happy. I wish more people had this feeling. Let me show you everything that I picked. I feel like a Disney princess that got to see a pretty hummingbird and gets to look at cute flowers and plant nice things. And also my hands are dirty with dirt, and there's giant June bugs flying around. Like it's all lovely. It's still all lovely. Okay, let me show you these baskets. I have so much food. I'm so overwhelmed with what I'm gonna do with all of it, but also like let's eat well, you know? Okay, let's start with the things you've already seen just as a recap because it's so beautiful and amazing. Peppers, my goodness, so many bell peppers. So many different colors, red, yellow, green, purple, half in between where they're all kind of just transitioning colors. Incredible, amazing. Tomatoes and ground cherries. If you've never seen a ground cherry before, a very fun and very, very easy thing to grow. Lots of yellow cherry tomatoes, and then one other tomato. I have not taken videos of me picking my other tomatoes, but I have like a dozen of them inside. I made some a ketchup recipe last night, and I didn't like how it turned out. I'm gonna redo it and do a proper one. I sort of ad-libbed it, didn't like it. We'll still eat it, but it's definitely more like tomato sauce vibes. Anyways, more peppers, tons of shishito peppers, jalapenos, buena mulatas, and cayenne pepper. Most of this will be turned into powders and seasonings, and then these will be eaten pan fried. Delicious, amazing, smells so good. Okay, here's to catch you up what else I've been picking in my garden. I have green basil, smells amazing. It's already starting to wilt. It's so hot out right now. I have a pineapple mint, which is variegated. Let me show you again. Hot, starting to wilt. Oh my gosh, I pulled it out of the basket and it smells so good. This, I either stick the stems just in a water glass and it just lightly smells nice. Doesn't really do much for taste, but just smells refreshing. And I will dehydrate a lot of this. I love putting mint, dried mint, so like crumpled up mint, and some nice salt on watermelon. It makes the watermelon taste so good. That is all I ate my entire pregnancy. Minty, slightly salty watermelon. It's like having a popsicle, but better. Sage, so much sage, holy moly. I have put off harvesting my sage plants for no reason. Just like kept watching it, going like, I should do something with that. This I feel is a little bit more sensitive to heat in my dehydrator, so where I can kind of like stick all my rest of my oregano and thyme and whatever in the dehydrator, this will turn color if I turn it too high. So I need to dehydrate it at a slightly lower temperature so it stays green and nice and fragrant. So I have to spend a little extra time taking care of that in a little bit of a different way than my other herbs. That's why I've been putting it off ever so slightly. Colors. Purple basil, exact same thing as green basil, but prettier. I have garlic chives in the back. I am going to chop these up and either freeze them or also dehydrate them. I don't recall if I've ever done a chive powder before. It's essentially just like a onion powder. So I'm debating whether to do that because I have so much of it, and I have regular chives too. Like I have just so much of it. These are my Egyptian walking onions, so that will be made into onion powder. All of my onion powder is green and I love it so much. I just gave my parents a giant jar of it. And then this is the kale I was talking about earlier. It will probably go into a smoothie because it's not like peak season for that. Oh, and then last thing, I haven't even made a video about these, but this is not like peak, I could do a tutorial on onion growing, but I grew my own onions for the first time. I love them. Okay, they're very small. They're not exactly what I expected. I've already harvested a handful of them and ate them. They went on a pizza that we had on Friday night. So good, just so good. The ones that I did 4 or 5 different types just to try them all out. The one that did the best was the Utah something. It has Utah in the name. I forget what it is exactly, like the name variety. But I also did a red onion. This one's pretty small. This is a nice, decent size. Like again, they're small, but this is food, free food. And then the greens can be used for onion powder as well. So I will probably, in addition to the walking onions, if they are not like crunchy, dehydrate those. Watch this. I wanted some of the space. I pulled these out because I wanted the space for some fall stuff that I'm starting to plant now, but handfuls and handfuls of onions. Oh, I'm so happy. Like, get out. For like $4 for a couple packs of onion seeds, I have onions. I'm so happy. I love it. A couple of them fell off, which is fine. And these small ones are totally good. They're totally fine. Chunk them up, either dehydrate them, because these won't store, like they don't have the right greens and all that stuff. I don't think I'm planning on curing any of these. Like this was all just an experiment, but like I'm so absolutely over the moon that I got a bunch of them. I've already used and ate a bunch of them. Now I have these ones and I still have a few more in my garden. I'm so happy. Are you ready for this beautiful harvest? Here we go. Grow what we can. We take care of our garden and tend to it the best that we can. Some years are hands off, some are more hands on. Expand when you can, try new things, but grow beautiful food. I dare you. It's so inspiring. I see that hummingbird again. Oh. Grow beautiful food. Grow food that you love to eat. Grow something that smells good. Get your senses involved. I hope that you guys are having as great of a harvest season as I am. Share pictures or let me know what you're growing and harvesting, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.